by the, I mean, you can't probably see it in the camera, but the hues are pink, which means that I am hosting. You're very welcome.
Yeah, I don't like you subscribing to these gender norms. We're in 2023.
Yeah,
so
I like pink, but Ben's right. And joining us today from the other room is Mr. Logic himself.
Say hi, Mr.
Say
Logic.
hi, Jason.
What's up? It's your gearhead, Mr. Logic himself. What's cracking, y'all? What's going on today?
Now, as many of you know from last week's podcast, Jason did mention that next week he is going out of town. So, as a little preparation, this week's podcast, even though he's still here, he is doing like the Zoom from the other room because next week he will officially be out of state, zooming in. So, just for preparation, that's why he's doing that. How are you, Ben? Suzanne?
I'm pretty good in that. Thank you for asking. This has been a pretty crazy week, with the start of the new year and what have you. When it comes to New Year's stuff, people always ask about like resolutions and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And I saw a very poignant post on my Instagram a couple days ago. Very poignant indeed. When you make a New Year's resolution, it doesn't have to be for good, right? You guys, you get what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be for good. You can make a resolution for evil. So I have decided, yes, that my New Year's resolution will be for evil.
World domination?
Not necessarily world domination, just to fuck with the average normie.
Do you mean be a troll on the internet?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Who broke your heart, bro? Who broke your heart?
Don't say your fucking name, all right? That bitch, you know who you fucking are.
Jason, why would you bring that up?
She knows who she is.
He's the one that has
the sensitivity of this topic.
The world. It's 2023.
For a second, my brain lagged and I was like expecting you to say 2022, but I'm like, oh my God, we're in 2023.
It is 2023, 2023.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of resolutions, Jason, did you make a resolution?
Yeah. Resolution was honestly keep going. This ain't my year. This is my life. Fuck all that bullshit. This is my year, my life.
So you don't believe
my life. I'm gonna keep grinding.
So you don't believe New Year, New Me?
Do everything better than I did last year, and to keep pushing through and accomplish all my goals. I don't believe in the whole thing the same. New Year, New Me. Nah, the only thing new if you're a clean person is your underwear. But as long as you still got the same mentality, keep fighting.
Bars.
Back on my bullshit. Period. New Year, say me, nigga.
Honestly, you're right. I don't really have a New Year's resolution because it's like, what's the point? You like at literally any point of the year, you can just tell yourself, hey, I'm going to dedicate to either losing weight, going to the gym, or like bettering my finances, traveling. It doesn't necessarily have to be like at the beginning, but to each their own. We're not shaming over here.
I am. Fuck you. And your dumbass New Year's resolution. From the bottom of my heart.
I really predict Ben's gonna end up having a kid this year.
Don't do that, dude.
Yo, knock on wood. Jason, what is wrong with you?
That's not cool, man. Why would you say that?
Why is that not cool? Why so in your feelings? If you have a kid, man, that's a good, beautiful thing,
look, I would like to have children, but I know for a fact I'm not ready, bro. No, that's not okay. That is not okay. You're
never ready.
But you know what? I fucks with it because, as I said, New Year's resolutions for fucking evil. That's some evil shit you said, Jay. I fucks with it. And whoever the ones watching at home, fuck you. Fuck you.
Also, guys, I apologize for my evil laugh. I know it's terrible.
We out here being evil. We out here being nefarious.
Bro. Anyway.
No. You're out there being evil. I'm not partaking.
Yeah, after he just said one of the most evil fucking things you can say to a young adult, bro. Yeah, this guy.
What, that you're gonna have a kid this year?
He called it that I'm gonna have a kid this year. That's evil.
Yeah. I mean, look at each other right now and tell everyone that you use rubbers.
Sorry, what'd you say? I wasn't paying attention. I was distracted.
Anyway, on to the next thing.
On to the next thing. Anyways, I don't know if you guys know this, but there was an incident with Bad Bunny just like a few days agy. He's like all over not the news, but he's trending apparently he was seen in the Dominican Republic. He was partying, you know, going to clubs with his friends, and a lot of his fans were, you know, bombarding him, asking for, not really asking for pictures, but just taking pictures. I guess with his consent or talking to him about it. They just approached him, took their phone out and taking pictures. And I don't know, obviously, what it's like to be famous or to have that kind of attention.
You will never know.
I will never know, and that's okay.
Evil out here.
I'm never gonna try my evil out. That was sucked. But he grabbed the phone's fan and he just threw it.
He grabbed the phone's fan. He launched the fan.
Wait, what did I say?
You say he grabbed the phone's fan. So what I have to say about that is that's fucking awesome. All right. I think that'd be, if I were a Bad Bunny fan, which I'm not, I think that'd be dope as fuck if Bad Bunny fucking snatched my shit up and yanked it into the mesosphere, dude. That'd be dope. Jason, on the other hand, fucking despises Bad Bunny like well,
you know what, Jason?
like
an
analogy for despising.
Unbelievable.
Well, if I may,
you may not.
Here's where you got to take into consideration, right? We understand a lot of these dudes go through stress, and I don't take that away. However, what he did was inappropriate. And the reason I call it inappropriate, man, that's still a woman. That's still a lady. Know yourself, check yourself. Because for the message that you put out through your music about equality and all that, that action goes against that. The only reason why I'm even condoning it, because I understand as human beings, we go through a lot of emotions ourselves. I think he could have handled it a lot more professionally. But at the same time, I think we forget as the fans, well, not me being a fan, but as the fans as a whole, we forget that these are regular individuals just like us. And sometimes they have their limits too. Now, his response is what basically, I guess, triggered people because he doesn't feel he needs to apologize. And now you put yourself in that situation where, you know, you walking down, you understand you got fans, one breaks through them, they automatically start videotaping you, you know, that's an invasion of privacy. And yeah, people could be like, oh, he signed up for that. Did he really? You know, time and place. And that's where you gotta, as an individual, gotta hold yourself accountable and check yourself. And that's what I have to say to that young lady. Now, why is it dangerous? Because had it been someone I care about, I can honestly say I'm getting my ass beat by his security team, not before I put my hands on him. And that's the thing, man. You got to understand, no matter how high you get in life, bro, that's still somebody's daughter. That's still somebody's, you know, wife, girlfriend, whatever it may be. Watch how you move out here. Move like a man, not like some suck-ass dude because you're in your feelings. But I know Nate may not agree with what I'm saying, but that's just my honest opinion. Your lips say it all.
No, okay. I do understand where you're coming from, and I do agree. But to like shed some more information, his fan did happen to be a woman that was like photographing him. Women
stay taking L's. Let's go, boys.
But if it was a guy, Bad Bunny would have done the exact same thing. So it's like nothing to do with equality. It's like just the fan base in general. Yeah. He did go on a podcast. I saw the clip on YouTube where he was basically explaining as to why he did what he did. Now, I do agree with Jason. It was inappropriate.
I understand that, but I'm not saying that it would be different if it was a guy. What I'm saying is, and this is where I warn a lot of dudes of how they interact with women. What I'm saying is, say it was you or my sister. You get what I'm saying? You disrespect somebody I care about in that manner. I don't care how popular you are. I don't care how much, you know, you have basically gathered for yourself. I don't care what feat you are in life. You're going to see me. And that's why I say, even if I know I'm going to get my ass beat through his security team, he's going to have to see me, because that's the dangerous things that a lot of these artists do. They don't take into consideration that's somebody's daughter. That's somebody's sister. That's somebody's family member. Watch how you move. If you know you're in a bad mood, my G, take it upon yourself and take yourself out the element. Don't put yourself in these situations, because what ends up happening, and we've seen it through a whole bunch of times, especially in the hip hop community, a dude get fresh with a shorty, you know what I mean? Whether it's somebody's girl, whether it's somebody's sister, and now their life is being fought for on the floor while they got 3 holes in them. And I'm not saying that's what's going to happen with him, but you're threading on hot water. Control yourself. It has nothing to do about whether it was a male or female. Because I would say the same thing if he did that to a male, especially, imagine you have a little nephew who's a diehard fan and Lil Bunny did that to him. I'm knocking you out just because of that. And that's all I'm saying. It comes down into principle and content of character. And now Bad Bunny, as much as he's done for his community, you put a bad light on yourself because you didn't know how to control your feelings.
That may be true, but I think he's going to bounce back just fine.
Yeah.
No, he'll bounce back. But what I'm saying is you're in that business. And this is the mental side that no one talks about that affects a lot of these artists. So I do have to defend him on the fact that he is human. Everyone's allowed mistakes. But it's like, dude, learn from this. Because this time, you got away with it. The next time, somebody might take it personal and go out their way to hurt you with reason. And that's why I say, be careful who you fuck with. It don't matter what platform you're on. It don't matter if you rich, poor, smart, uneducated. You don't step and you don't do things to certain people because you don't know who that could affect. Karma's the bitch. It don't always got to touch you to mess you up. That's all I'm saying. Real talk.
Right. I understand where you're coming from. Like honestly, like I mentioned before, I'm not famous. I don't know what it feels like to be bombarded with fans with like pictures and videos. From our point of view, yeah, it did seem inappropriate that he did that, but he did go for like an explanation as to why he did that. He did mention that all of it, like most of the fans that go up to him, ask like, taking pictures and videos, they don't even like ask like for his consent or like even say hi, like how are you, like just talk to him like as a person. They just pull the phone out. Like, I get a picture's worth 1,000 words, and to have a picture with Bad Bunny, that's like once in a lifetime. But Bad Bunny, like Benito as the person, he would rather have a conversation with his fans. And then if they ask for a picture, like he'll do it. But I guess it's the fact that how it made him feel when fans just pull the phone out instead of just saying hi. Like that kind of feels weird.
Yeah,
and I understand where he's coming from. Because Billie Eilish, this also happened to Billie Eilish. She didn't do what he did, but I think she was like, I don't know if it was like a red carpet or like a bunch of fans were like barricaded in the back, and she was like saying hi like to each and every one of them. And she goes up to one fan, and the fan just has her face, like she's covering her face with her phone, videotaping like Billie Eilish to like, obviously get memories. And Billie Eilish just gets the phone and like pulls it down and starts talking to her. She's like, hi, and then obviously as a fan, you're left flabbergasted. You're like, wow, I'm dead ass staring at Billie Eilish in the face.
Yeah,
so,
because it's like, bro, you're meeting this person. Why are you recording them? Just talk to them.
Yeah.
It would mean more as a memory if you fucking.
Yeah. So I guess that's why,
I mean, two things I learned in a situation like that, right? And I agree with you 100%, man, because when you get somebody throwing their phone in your face, that's an invasion of privacy, bro. And that's some scary shit. Let's be real. Random stranger just walking up on you. But be careful, tread carefully. And this woman unfortunately learned why you never want to meet your heroes all the time.
Dude.
Because it may not be all love, especially if you don't know how to act. I'm not going to cut this girl off and be like, oh, she's innocent. No, what she did was completely stupid and foolish, especially being that you're an adult. You know better. So therefore, you're not going to get no sympathy from me. But at the same time, it's how you handle situations, because one thing we learned in this world, in this day and age, they'll crucify you for the littlest thing. I mean, look how they came for him already. It's like they took all the credibility. Mind you, I don't like Bad Bunny at all. However, you can't deny the good things that he's done and the programs that he runs and the awareness that he brings. And I find it very hypocritical that this little minor altercation that he did, they wanted to put his head on the stake and basically ignore all the greatness he's done.
Yeah, this just goes to show the media like cool turn on you.
No, yeah, because it's about discourse is what runs the world, dude. That's what gets people in seats. They just do whatever they can. The word's gone. On to the next thing.
Total brain fart. But anyways, on to the next topic. So this is going to be what I like to call a women topic. So on this podcast, we always have discussions on like the different point of views. If you guys have any questions, anything to ask me as a woman, I can answer them for you.
Hey, yo, no disrespect. No disrespect to your man.
Oh,
No disrespect to any of the women watching tonight, bro. But I got a real question for Nat, bro. Real question.
oh shit.
How far can you squirt?
Oh my god.
Dog, are you serious?
The people at home want to know.
For those of you wondering.
Yo,
No, wait. No, you were gonna be finished. I was gonna explain to the audience that this is Ben's personality all the time, so don't get offended by what he
Okay.
just asked me. I wasn't gonna genuinely answer.
I thought she was gonna answer. You see how quickly the character breaks down?
Yo,
Yeah, I'm sorry to all the peoples at home.
Oh my god. It was just fun. It was,
Ben,
I know
you're a troll, dog. You're a complete fucking troll, dog.
Indeed, I
You're a
am.
troll.
Bro, Ben's New Year's resolution is to just be a troll on the internet.
Oh, we got
Perfect.
a comment here. Amazingly Lazy's Raw Dog Archive. I love that name, by the way. He asked, where did Nat get that Pink Floyd shirt? I'm trying to cop.
Oh my god, thank you so much. Okay, so there is a Victoria's Secret outlet in Orlando, and this is where I got this shirt from. Which I know it really doesn't help because this is like
So
I found this on a rack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was on a rack.
it was on a rack. I got really lucky. I saw this and I'm like, I'm getting this.
We got another one coming in from Mr. What's It To Ya. Why Jason on the screen looked like he locked up?
Bro, you should have seen him earlier.
No,
Like,
you should have seen him earlier.
bro, the blue cues worse.
Bro.
It was all up in his face, and
Listen,
he
I like
had this
blue
angle, and I
No,
was
he had
like,
the-
he's,
bro, literally, like Jason, that face he's making now, bro. Sin City wasn't made for you. Angels like you. See, look, he's doing it.
There's something wrong with y'all.
bro. Ben is a
No, but
professional
I
singer.
have a question for Nate.
Okay.
Since we're gonna get
Wait,
into
but
this
before you
topic,
do,
right?
we have a question from the chat.
Mm.
From Chad. Why do women speak openly to other women yet struggle to express themselves to a man?
Okay, bro, that is a
Yes.
very good fucking question.
You go, Cuzzo. You go, Cuzzo. Let them know.
Okay,
Let them know, yo. Let's go.
that is a very good question. So by now we all know that men and women think differently, and it's very difficult sometimes for, whether you're a man or woman talking to the opposite gender to get your points across. A lot of it has to do with, this comes into the nature versus nurture argument, how you see things, how you view things. But personally, if I talk to one of my girlfriends about something, I know that they can either relate, or even if they don't relate, they can offer a shoulder for me to cry on, or they can be very understanding. It's just a way that we connect, like, on a deeper level. I expect, like, even if Jason, stop laughing.
So fucking funny, man.
What's so funny? I'm being serious.
Yeah, dude, look,
I'm hearing your reasoning and I can't help but
But
stop laughing.
before
bro.
you
Like,
finish
it's
that,
funny.
Mr. What's It To You chimes in because women don't want to be told to shut up.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But
But
no,
who doesn't?
Yeah,
Who
no one
does
wants
it?
to be told to shut up.
Nobody wants to be told to shut
No one
up.
wants to be told to shut up. All right, continue. my
But
apologies.
anyways, but speaking to a man from personal experience, I have had situations where I'm trying to explain myself, get my point across, and the other guy just doesn't understand. Like, even though we're trying to communicate at some level, he can't understand what I'm saying, and I'm struggling to also say the words because I know that based on, like, his personality and how he reacts to things, it might come off as, like, a little aggressive. So I have to be careful with what I say. And so with that, I get confused on what I'm saying, and then and most of the time I know guys aren't as aggressive, but this just goes pretty much to any situation. If I'm trying to explain something and
Yeah.
you're not understanding where I'm coming from, because I know some guys think women are like
Illogical, irrational,
Yes.
hysterical.
too emotional,
Emotional.
and so they let that bias kind of just, like, run by them when they're talking to a woman sometimes without truly understanding what she is saying. Because a lot of people, not even just women in general, a lot of people, when they're expressing themselves, they have their trauma on the back seat, and they're basically using their personal experience to explain certain situations without them even realizing it. So when women do it, a lot of men just don't understand. I think it's purely just miscommunication. But Jason, tell me, why were you laughing? I would love to know.
I'm laughing because everything, that to me, let me ask you something on a personal level, seriously.
Okay.
Would you rather, and this is where I'm going to go into debate on it about what you just basically said, but answer this question first. At the end, would you rather be heard or respected?
Both.
As a woman, you can't have both. You either get heard or you get respected.
No, you can have both because I hear you and I respect you. So I expect you to hear me and respect me, and this should go both ways. It should.
No. We're not talking.
So you're speaking ideologically, but let's keep it in reality.
Yeah. So meaning, if you were in a situation and you had to get shit done, would you rather the people listen to what you have to say, or go on the fact knowing that they respect you? Because in some situations, especially in relationships, you cannot have both.
But that doesn't make any sense,
and I think that's what,
because if you respect someone, you're going to respect what they have to say.
No, allow me to explain, right? Many times, learning this in previous relationships I've been in, women have a tendency wanting to be heard than respected. Meaning, what you want to do, you want to be heard. You want to get your point across. You want to be able to, express yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. But nothing holds a position stronger sometimes in life than silence. When you know you're respected, you already know things is on set, things is in place. There's no disconnection there. But a person who rather be heard than respected, that's a toxic person, because they're no longer thinking about the core value. They just want to be heard. Mm-hmm. And that seems to happen, not saying with you, saying what happens with a lot of modern women. They like to basically just go off. And because they don't care about being respected, they rather be heard.
Oh, I get what he's saying.
I
get what he's saying.
They're not. So when that shit happens.
Is it okay if I try to give my best understanding of it? So I think what Logic is trying to say is, like, imagine you get into a debate with your man, right? And you say things to purposely get under his skin, or right? You say things to win the argument, right?
Right.
But at the end of the day, that's not gonna make. It's not like when you win the argument, your man's gonna be like, oh yeah, she was right? Mm-hmm. He's gonna be upset, or this, that, and the third. If your partner, whatever, male or female, what have you. So being heard and being respected is like you got to talk your shit. You would rather talk your shit than I don't know, like, but do what's necessary in regards to find like the solution, right?
Right.
So find a solution. Don't go off basically on a tantrum and say shit and then have a mindset it is what it is, because that is complete disrespect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes one thing I learned being in a relationship, I don't got in plenty arguments where I didn't bite my tongue because I felt it was better to be respected than to be heard. The damages that come along with being heard sometimes is unforgivable. And one thing that modern women like to do, they like to chat, and come at a dude's throat. And some of these dudes honestly do deserve it. But if you don't mean it, don't speak it. Mm-hmm. Have the mindset is like, this is about respect at the end of the day. No matter how mad you get, no matter how, irritated you are, there still has to be a form of respect, because the moment you rather be heard than respected, you literally shit on the other person in whatever process you're going through, because you're not taking into account, like, damn, I got to still respect this person despite how I feel. And that's why a lot of times men of my generation say women are not mentally logical. They're not realistic, because they wave that shit out. They bypass that shit when they say some foul shit, some messed up shit, and throw the respect out the window. And when it's reciprocated, the victimized mentality comes out.
No, yeah, I've been in that situation.
That? It's like be able to take a dose of your own medicine. I'm not saying that's all women, but from my experience, I see that in a lot of modern women. And I think that's where women have to have a form of respect, not only for the opposite sex, but mainly importance for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women, whether they think it or not, because they rather be heard than respected. When you don't respect yourself, what good can come from you? When you don't have that balance, what good can come from you?
I don't mean to cut you
Let's
off,
be
but
100.
we got another comment coming in from Mr. What's It Tuya. He says, I think girls have an easier time with girls because yes, they will listen and provide their insight, but the guy might tell them what needs to be told for progress, even if the truth hurts, and they don't like that. Now, I believe that there is truth to that, but then again, that's not. We're not speaking for everybody, right?
Right. Yeah.
Because like there are definitely there are definitely be women that'll say like, no, I tell my girl what's up, right? I tell her what's up and this, that, and the third, and more power and more respect to you, right? Yeah, because that's how it's supposed to be. You can't be a part of someone's life and not try to get them to better themselves.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, I think at this point, just taking away the whole gender norms and the whole man like versus women, friends and people in general, there are people in this world who are there are pacifists, and they will tell you what you want to hear or too scared to tell you the truth. But then you also have friends who are very blunt, straightforward, like Jason, like will always tell me what's up. I can always count on Jason to always tell me the truth, no matter how much it hurts. And that is so important, because deep down at the end of the day, he'll never lie. He'll never lie to you. He'll always tell you the truth, and you can count on him to give you the advice that you need to hear to move forward to whatever problem you're having. A lot of people don't have that kind of friend in their life. So even if it's like a girl talking to another girlfriend, she'll provide a nice ear and a shoulder. You are right where some guys will be very blunt, but it could be vice versa.
No, and the problem is that there are people who find people like that in their lives, but they just ping them off as like haters. They just write them off as haters, because bro, honest to goodness, sometimes you need someone in your life that's gonna fucking shit on you, and just so you don't fucking do some dumb shit, dude. Like I have been in situations.
Constructive criticism, baby.
Literally.
That's all it is. You listen. I don't dish out what I can't handle. I don't write a check that I can't cash, bro. And to really go into topic, I think the disconnect comes in, and I know I'm probably gonna get heat for this, but when you talk about the miscommunication between male and female, right? A lot of times growing up, we always say, well, blame the man's father for not teaching him how to handle things and how to be accountable and be a man. But when have you ever heard the topic of blame the girl's mother? Like, I'll be real with you. I say it all the time, and people look at me sideways, but the truth is, I blame a lot of women's mothers for the way they are. Your mother is supposed to teach you how to be submissive, how to treat a man, how to love a man. Now, what ends up happening is, and this is my honest opinion, and if you feel I'm incorrect, comment down, email us, comment, let me know. But what ends up happening is women, as they get older, there always seems to be a sign of regret, like, oh, I wasn't ready to have kids, I sacrificed my life. And what that ends up happening, that ends up installing into their daughters, where they tell their daughters, go to school, get a degree, be self-efficient. But they're not telling them the backside of that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, for the mothers who are in a relationship with their fathers, they don't be doing that shit for a reason. And for the women who are single, telling their daughters that shit, did it work out for them? No, it did not. And we are in a day and age where misery needs company, whether it's coming from your friends or whether it's coming from your loved ones. And again, this is not all women. This is not all men, but it's the majority. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, a lot of our decisions when it comes to interacting with the opposite sex is heavily influenced from our peers or the ones who raised us. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? That's why, like, a lot of times, yo, and this is no shade to, my uncles or, my certain aunts, but it's like, yo, homie, it ain't work for you. So why the f would I listen to you? You know what I'm saying? Especially, why would I take advice from a man who's been in multiple marriages? Why would I take an advice from a man who cheats on his wife? You're a product of your environment. And as a man, if I see that's how you move and I see what you're going through, why would I do that for myself? But the opposite is the majority of women, not all, modern women to be exact, that'll never happen to me. No, I'm different. Nobody is an exception to the rule. You do dirt, you get dirt. You move incorrectly, shit gonna catch up to you. But the problem that really goes on when it comes to women versus men, especially in this day and age, there's a safe cushion for the fuck ups that women do. There's no safe cushion for the fuck ups that men do. You fuck up as a man, it's like, yo, you gotta own up, tighten up, get your shit together. You don't have nothing. But there's a safe haven for women all the time. And what that basically leads to is lack of accountability. Because as long as you know you got something to fall back onto, how serious are you going to take something? I'm not saying that's all. I'm just going based on with my, experience. That's all.
Right. I get you. No, I completely understand where you're coming from, Jason. It sounds a lot like, us, the modern people, have to trying to break generational trauma.
Yeah.
And having to move forward, fixing our mistakes, which honestly pretty much happens anyway.
Right.
And that's why your resolution for this year should be for evil. Being selfish is being evil. You can be selfish. It's a bit evil. It's all right. I won't blame you. Do it.
I won't blame you either.
Push
Don't
that
worry.
child. Smoke that cigarette.
Do it. But anyways, so yeah, any more questions from you guys, from the chat, besides until we move forward?
Yeah, I have another question.
Okay.
Oh.
Why is it, say me and you are in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I ask you if you're hungry. You tell me no. Why on God's green earth? Because I see how it happens. I'm going to get my food. I'm going to come to the crib. You're going to creep and like, oh, what's that? If you knew you were hungry, why the fuck didn't you say anything? Why do y'all do that?
You already know the answer to that, bro. You already know the answer to that.
When they eat off our food, it ain't cute. It angers the shit out of me.
No, see, ladies and gentlemen of the chat, just know that Jason is a foodie, and so he doesn't like to share his food.
Yes.
So that, but then again, but like most men are like that, they don't like sharing their food, especially if like
crab or something, and you don't eat it and smile at me as you're chewing my food.
Oh my god.
You know what you did,
bro. Okay, so honestly, I don't eat like big portions of food. I always give my leftovers to my man. So if we're going out and he asks me, what do you want to eat? And I'm like, genuinely, I don't know. I can't fathom like what I'm craving at the moment. So for me, I go on Google and I start looking at pictures or even Uber Eats, saying, okay, like what looks appetizing? What do I want to eat? And if I can't decide, I'd be like, you know what? You decide what to eat. Because even though I'm not craving it, I'll pretty much eat anything. I'm not a picky eater. And I'll be like, I'm a little hungry, so if you're gonna get something like a big portion of food so I can like pick off of it. Or even if I get a small plate, I know that I'm gonna give him my leftovers. Like that's just me. Like I just mentally prepare myself. I'm like, I'm very honest and open about it. So don't pin me as a bad guy, Jason.
No, I pin you as a bad guy. You are bad. You are bad, and women aren't real.
I agree. I agree.
They're a myth.
I'm not real.
That is irritating.
I haven't taken my meds.
Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, so on to the next topic.
And guys, don't be afraid to ask questions in chat. We're gonna go on to the next topic, but if you do have any questions for the ladies, we'll be more than happy to answer them, or she'll be more than happy to answer them for you. You know what? Maybe me too. We're in 2023. Let me live my truth.
Yeah. Right on. So we're gonna transition Jason into the dating world. Because as many of you know, he's a little rusty. So like off cameras, we've been discussing this, and sooner or later I'm gonna help Jason revamp his closet. I'm gonna give him a makeover. I'm gonna help style him. He already gave me the budget.
Makeover!
I'm so excited. He gave me the budget, and I'm like, okay, let's go shopping. And I'm like, I can work with this. We can do this, Jason. You're gonna look like a baddie. I'm gonna make you look like a baddie, Jason.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
So we promise.
I ain't wearing no rhinestones. I ain't wearing no glitter. I ain't wearing no skinny jeans. I ain't wearing no ripped jeans. I ain't wearing no shit that you can see my blood pressure through my pants. It ain't happening.
Jason, do you not know me at all? I would never do that to you.
Mr. What's it to you says, get that man some Yattas.
Oh,
Not the Yattas.
duly noted.
What the fuck is the Yattas?
They're Tim's. Because
Tim?
like, okay, so the non-slang word is the butters, because Tim's are yellow, but you know, as an urban individual,
Boots.
it said Yattas.
Listen, I ain't from NY. I'm from Dade County, and we have always called them Tims. Okay, and I got a whole collection, even some with bloodstains.
Oh, Adi said it.
So
says,
therefore,
Adi said it says no more backwards baseball caps,
Dude.
Okay. Here, a tip to the side. There you go.
This man got the classic TI look, bro. The TIP.
Literally before we started, a lot more blue. He looked at the camera at an angle just like that, and I'm like, bro, Jason is rocking the light. He looked like a light skin right now.
Light skin right now, bro.
All we need is to just put in blue contacts on him.
For real. Sin City was not made for you. An angel like you? No. No, but dude, like I honestly, honest to goodness, I think fashion is very important in regards to dating. Me personally, I kind of have like more of like a street kind of like beach bum style. Like you can't see right now, but I'm wearing shorts
and slides.
and slides, shorts and slides. So yeah, I have a more laid back style, / like sporty style. If I'm not wearing like a long sleeve like that you know insinuates my arms nicely. It's usually like an athletic tee, you know, like what the dry fit or whatever, dry fit long socks. I always have long socks on. I don't have a single pair of short socks, and I have multiple slides. And because I remember walking into a store today and I saw myself in my reflection, because I'm very vain. I look at myself in every reflective surface. And I was like, damn, this is my look. You know, I was dry fit Nike shorts, you know, I was wearing my Nike socks, bro. I was wearing my Nike low tops. You feel me? I was wearing an Under Armour dry fit. And I was just like, I had my hair up in a bun, not a bun, in a ponytail. And I was like, damn.
Feeding yourself.
I'm feeling it, bro. I got like a sporty little look, you know what I'm saying? Like I look like an athlete, but not really. I mean, I was an athlete, but not like that, you know? It wasn't all my life, you know?
Right.
Like I'm athletic enough. I'm good enough at most sports.
I totally
What?
get you.
Huh?
Hold on. You're athletic enough?
Yeah.
I can agree. Yeah.
No, I mean I'm good enough at most sports to where I could be picked up for like a street game, and like I have hustle.
I mean, me not anymore, but I'll get through it.
No.
You want to tell him what happened at work?
So see what happened was I slipped on oil, because you know we work in a garage.
Oh, you slipped? Yeah.
No, I did.
You got your ankles broke.
No, dude. See, here's what happened. I brought my ball, or actually, our coworker brought his ball to the bay, and we were just like going at it for a bit, and like he sidesteps me, right? I step to the side to, you know, get in his way. I step in something slippery, and I hit a split, and you know, and here's the thing, and that happened, and I take it to the chin. It's what happened. If you see it on the video recording, it's gonna look like he fucking shook me out of my shoes, but I slipped, and you could visibly see on the floor the track that my foot made when I slipped on the mysterious liquid that was on the ground. And they're trying to get at me. It was mysterious liquid.
Right.
You know, I didn't do anything.
Oh, by the way, Ben thinks he's faster on foot than I am, so we're gonna have to do a race for y'all so I can shut his ass down.
You know, Jason, you're gonna have to pull up your pants if you're gonna race him.
Yeah, you definitely are gonna have to do that.
My pants ain't that low, too. Stop watching my ass.
I have some images that would you know, I have some images that would prove what he has to say completely incorrect. I have these images, and I have them close to me. Yes.
Bro.
Say otherwise. These images say otherwise.
I would kill you.
Multiple images.
God, they'll never get it out, dog. They'll never find your body.
The thing is, it's tied to my heartbeat, right? So once it goes out, these images will flood the internet. I have these images, and they would say otherwise in regards to Logic wearing pants that fit right.
Bro, but going off what Ben was saying about like his style, so obviously like straight out of high school, my mom, she got me everything that I needed, but my high school years and like teenagers definitely wasn't me going like shopping like
Yeah.
all the time. I had what I needed, but anything that I wanted, it was, I don't blame my mom. She did her best,
No,
and
yeah.
I love her for that. But once I graduated high school and I started working, I was so excited and so happy to finally have my own money and start shopping and finding my style,
Love you,
because
Kevin.
because style matches your individuality.
Yeah, no, it definitely.
It's who you are.
No, but here's the thing, though, and here's what's been happening recently. Style has become amalgamated into, bro. Everyone looks the same, dude. Even with my style now, one of my friends just says I look like a college kid. Like I look like the generic fucking college kid. And I remember she said that to me, and I'm walking around the campus. I'm like, damn, I fucking do. Literally long sleeve like this, shorts like these, fucking long socks and slides with a fucking with a fucking
Lanyard
with a
hanging
fucking
out?
lanyard hanging out
Oh
of your
my
pocket,
God.
bro. Literally 4 out of 5 guys literally look exactly dressed exactly as I do, bro. And that shit, it's annoying because there really is no individuality like that. But your style is your own, but still you're not. The thing that people seem to forget is that you're not original. You are not original. There are like 20 other
That's
yous.
lies. No, that's a lie.
I think what makes
No.
you original is your personality. Like,
No, you're not original. You're not.
Facts. No, listen. The reason I disagree with that, bro, and I'm be 100. Yeah, others could dress like you, but it's how you represent it, bro. And how you represent it is what makes you original. There's not, at least in my opinion, name other individuals that dress like me and have my character.
No, but that's the thing. I'm speaking purely on statistics, not like on people I know anecdotally. I mean, statistically, there is at least on the lowest end, like 5 people exactly like you somewhere on this planet. I don't even mean like looks. I just mean if we're going looks, it might be lower, even higher. But with your personality and your sense of style, I say at the very least 5 people that if we were to put you all in a room, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference in regards to who's who, right? Because like I know people like to think that they are original and that their thoughts are their own, but this is a really big planet, and there are a lot of people, right? And I know you've had instances where like you've had an idea, right? Like where you thought was original, you go on YouTube or you're watching TV and boom, that idea is right there. Why? Because like there's a collective consciousness, and
yeah.
It's just statistically impossible that there isn't someone that represents themselves the way that you do to the T. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I always say it like this: no idea is original, but the person behind that idea. And that's just to break down the barrier. Now, when it comes to like the whole fashion, I don't, and I know this sounds embarrassing. I don't know where to place myself. Because I really don't dress like my age. I don't feel like I dress like anybody, to be honest. I don't.
Jason, I could place you in a fashion sense. I mean, most of us could.
Well, early 2000s.
Early 2000s, urban individual.
Yeah.
I ain't wearing FUBU. I ain't wearing Echo.
Yeah, but you're straight up wearing a Raiders backwards cap right now.
So?
So
the fact that you can't see the irony in that. I mean, that speaks, that says everything.
At what point in time did people wear fitted caps backwards? It was always in the front.
Did he really just say that? Did you really just say that?
Yeah.
I mean, I know in like the 2010s, people wore snapbacks in the front, but like I would assume like in the early 2000s, even the 90s, they would wear like the backwards cap. Like the backwards cap is not,
certain individuals did, but if you look out through actual hip hop and like what was Maine, it was always to the front. Some of the greatest rappers, the only individuals I would ever see wear a back cap was West Coast dudes, pretty much. But from the east all the way to the south, they always wore it forward, besides Tip. And then like when it comes, it's like Dickies suit. Everyone thinks Dickies is the West. That's really that's also a Southern dress style. You know what I mean? Like, growing up, dudes weren't wearing the St. John's and what I could afford that day. They were wearing the premier shit, the iceberg jeans, the Ferragamos, like the shit that cost money. It was just a bite off, and the culture basically influenced a lot of that. But as far as the style goes, like, yo, early 2000, it was the t-shirts looking like a nightgown, the big ass jeans, like shit was whack. Let's be real, And then your generation started wearing tighter clothes,
Jason,
real tight.
but that sounds a lot like what you're wearing. Some of your t-shirts are a little long, not that long, but and your jeans and your pants aren't that baggy, but they're straight fit. Like they're a little baggy.
Let me explain that. Let me explain the hand-me-down situation to you guys, in case some of y'all don't know.
I know hand-me-downs.
And this is my theory. You may not agree with it, but a lot of times, bro, okay. a lot of clothes that I grew up wearing were all hand-me-downs. And obviously my brother's a bigger person than me. So you had to make them fit. Mm-hmm. So it was natural for your hand-me-downs to be bigger, especially because most of the clothes that were donated or that you got were usually bigger than your size. So you were accustomed to it. Now, did it become a fashion sense? Yeah, but it got to a degree where it became ridiculous. Just like even now, you got a dude wearing skinny jeans and they're all the way down to his damn kneecaps. Like that shit don't make no sense. Now, do I wear baggy clothing? Yeah, that's just who I am. You know what I'm saying? Is my butt crack show? Yeah, I don't give a shit. I'm comfortable on who I am and what I rock. I just refuse to try to put on a facade. That's not me. This is my style. Same way that you rock what you rock. Same way that Jason, you rock what you rock. That's your style.
I respect your individuality.
I respect your individuality because, well, you are the only, anecdotally, you're the only person that I know that presents themselves in that way, right? Nate, probably like 7 of her I could probably point out in my life.
No way.
No, maybe like 2. Maybe.
I'll take that. I'll take that number.
But for me, I'm just an alt black boy. It's an alt kind of weird anime black kid.
Chad goes, see, I'm watching the comments from my phone here. Whoever's filtering the post/comments is on point.
That'd be your boy Serzaniel, taking care of that. Got the 1s and 0s on my side. You know what it is.
My man.
Just find me on Instagram, Serzaniel.
On point like a decimal.
You already know, baby.
But what you were saying about a lot of guys, like dressing the same, the whole college situation. But honestly, like if we're taking that specific scenario into consideration, in college, it's normal to have the same sense of style because you want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
You either want to be, for the girl side, you want to be cute and comfortable, or sometimes but I've seen a few girls, very stylish, a lot of some are comfortable, but some are like, girl, this is not a fashion university, but you know what, you work it, because they do.
I feel that, yeah.
And a lot of guys are more like casual, comfortable. So
no, yeah, I actually think this is just me. If it looks like a guy put in more than like 10 minutes into what he's gonna wear, bro, I immediately write him off as a goofy ass nigga, bro. Goofy ass nigga. Because the reason why I say 10 minutes, because it literally takes me it takes me around that time, because I already have in my head what I want to wear, and then I just pull it out of my thing, toss it on.
But you're also a beach bum.
I'm also a beach bum, yes. I dude, literally, when I started buying my own clothes,
that works in your favor.
Yeah, I got a bummy look about me. Women like that, they fuck with it.
Like, I'll be 100. Like, so I have 2 sets, bro. Well, 3 sets. I'm the dude who stays in his work uniform. And when I want to get fresh, I get fresh. I wear my military jacket, my under tee, my nice jeans and nice kicks. Or 3, I suit up. But I stopped suiting up because every time I would suit up, dudes would think I was security. Ask me where the bathroom's at, showing me their ID.
But when you suit up, you should stick to like a different color palette. I mean, you can do black, but add like another color so that way people don't think you're security.
Yeah, Adi has a very good comment. There aren't many options for men. Go up north to where somewhere that was better weather, and you'll see how many people dress differently. And you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Because like usually like some of the more stylish options, nigga, it's hot. True. Fuck out this bitch. So you have to be comfortable, bro.
Yeah. But there isn't a lot of options for men. I mean, if you go to like department stores in general, the women's section is so much more larger than the men's.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is that when I first started buying my own clothes, literally I just took the streamlined route, and that was I bought various packs of shirts, like Hanes shirt, like just tees or whatever. I have all white shirts, then I have grays, the darker grays, navy blues, and blacks, right? And I just have those, and I would just cycle through them. I just wear plain tees all the time. I mean, like nowadays, I wear like with like small designs on it, but my mainstay is plain tees and chinos. Like if you ever see me out, or if you ever saw me out, like in like 2019 to like 2020 or 2017 to 2020, I always had on a pair of chinos. I was either khaki, green, or black, and a plain tee. That was like white, black, or like navy blue sometimes.
But okay, you just said the green and for the chinos.
Yeah.
I'm building an outfit in my head for you.
Yeah.
And you just like, like you putting your hair in a ponytail, wearing like the dark green chinos.
I have those
with a muscle fit shirt. It could be white. I think white would be a good color. And then for your shoes, I forgot what they're called. Like those loafer shoes, both like low
boat
socks.
shoes.
I don't know what they're called.
Sperry's.
Not Sperry's. They're more like professional casual. Like business entrepreneurial men would like wear those. And
Damn.
because you have the body fit for the outfit, I'd be like,
Yeah.
you know what? With your glasses on,
Glasses.
and then like a thin chain.
I need to get chains. You know what?
You should get chains.
Yeah, I need to
It's
get
important to accessorize, you guys.
The thing is, like, I used to have a chain, and I had it for a bit, and I lost it. Like the thing with me is like if there are certain accessories that I just can't keep track of, so I end up losing them. Like that's why, my best accessories are like wrist items because they're always in view and shit like that. I usually have like a watch here, but I just forgot to put it on. There you go. There's an example. And the only ones that work for me are earrings because they literally don't go anywhere. So chains, because like I know you're supposed to like take them off in a shower or whatever, and I would take it off and I just leave it there. And then, I just forget about it for days until I'm like, oh shit, I'm not wearing a chain.
I mean, unless you get a chain that you can
take in a shower, right?
Yeah. Because I shower with my little necklace.
Yeah, but that's like sterling, right? Sterling gold or
I don't know. Probably. I bought it and I'm like, this is pretty. I'm just gonna buy it.
I mean, it is pretty. It's nice. It's a little bobby pin, little safety pin.
It is a safety pin. I've gotten so many compliments on this necklace.
I'm not complimenting you. I'm just saying what it is.
God damn, this boy's an asshole, right? No, you are a grade A asshole.
Okay,
Nate's gonna kick your ass one day.
No, you guys don't know, bro. Nate is fucking abusive. I have some footage that would change your perception of her. She is a very mean lady. She's a very mean lady. Adi says he has a bracelet from Guatemala that his wife gave to him, and he tightened it to the point where it doesn't come off ever. In the shower, no sleep. Yeah, dude, I have this one here. It's a little evil eye. That
El mal de ojo.
What?
It's called mal de ojo.
Mal de ojo? Oh,
yeah.
Bad eye. Evil eye. Okay. Mal de ojo.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have this and I had it for a while. It does not come off. Like literally, if you ever need a hair tie or anything like that, I always have one. I got 2 rubber bands and I got like a regular hair tie like that.
You see, this is where I talk my shit.
Why? What? Say with your chest, Jason.
It's just
real. Say what your flat.
It's a different generation.
What do you mean?
Bracelets?
Different generation.
Accessories? You have a thick ass chain around your neck right now.
Ben, this is not.
I bet.
This is not to bash you. This is not to. It throws me off because, especially, there's not really so much of a big age gap. It's just when I see a dude like Ben and I see that he has those little barrettes in his hair and shit like that.
That is so stylish. I love when Ben puts those golden cuffs on his braids.
You have no idea how many compliments I get because I thank you. I thank you.
Oh, the outfit that I was telling about when you have your hair in a ponytail and the golden cuffs. Oh,
because
I'd be like,
of how I came up. You know what I'm saying? Like how I came up. Only girls were doing that. Niggas didn't do that shit.
Oh, you see, that's shaming you.
I'm not saying it to demonize him or to call him out. It's just I find it amazing how times have literally changed.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially in the fashion sense. In some cases it's dope. In some other cases it's
Jason, in my defense, you're wearing rings, all right?
Yeah.
As Adi says,
hands. What does my rings?
You have literal boulders on you. I mean, you're coming at me with barrettes in my hair.
Look at your rings.
But you're over here looking like the Mandarin from Marvel Comics, bro. With all those rings on your fingers, bro.
Hold on. But that doesn't make any sense. I'm a biker.
Vroom, vroom.
That's part of the culture. So what are you talking about?
I mean, but again, like
my rings are part of a culture that I'm a part of.
All right.
It's not for styles. It's not for looks.
And hair.
It has.
Oh, wait a minute.
And hair clips and the golden little hair bands. It's it's my style. It's part of my culture.
I'm not, but you see.
No, but like, see, look, no, but I'm not saying the ring.
Different.
Hey, I'm just saying, like, I'm not a ring guy.
But you know, hold on, you came at me.
I mean,
I'm just letting you know I didn't come at you. So why you?
I'm just saying, bro. I mean, hey, look, because I'm not really coming at Jason because I wear his rings sometimes as well, and it makes me feel powerful.
Do they fit you?
Some of them do.
Rings make you feel powerful?
I don't know. Putting them on, I'm just like,
My rings don't make me feel powerful, but they make me feel good. Like when I have them on, I love it. When I don't have my rings on, which I always have them on, I feel naked. I'm like, ew, my hands. I don't know what to do with them.
Yeah, but
listen, my rings are an expression of myself. Just like I would think the things you put in your hair are an expression of yourself.
But isn't that what fashion is? It's an art, a form of expressing yourself.
It is a form of expressing yourself. Mad rings and pings looking like Tutankhamun. Sometimes culture, yeah.
What I do is culture, not fashion. I'm not doing it for fashion.
But here's the thing.
I feel like when you do it for fashion,
but here's the thing, culture shapes fashion.
They coincide with
one another.
Facts. Agreed. They do. But again, when you're doing it for fashion, it's more of attention versus when it's culture, it's more of expression.
Interesting.
They go hand to hand with each other, but truly, when you look at fashion, most people who do crazy shit in fashion is for attention.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Those who basically dress in line with culture do it as a way of expression. Okay. They go hand in hand, but there's a civil difference between the two.
I know what you mean.
Mr. What's It To You saying he wears the same set of clothes every day like a fucking cartoon character.
Oh my God. I mean, to each their own.
To each their own.
Whatever makes you happy.
No, yeah. Like, honestly, what I think is a cool look. And I'm doing this because I got mauled by a dog on New Year's.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I got these bandits on my fingers, but I like the looks. I like.
Hold on. Alexis Oliva says, "What about wedding rings?" I don't believe in wedding rings anymore.
Wedding rings?
I'll be honest. Yep, I don't. To me.
Hold on. No, if you get married, you wouldn't wear a wedding ring?
No, but here's the thing. This is what you can do if you don't want to wear a wedding ring, right? Either you can have it as a necklace. People do that. They wear their ring as a necklace.
Yeah.
Or you can have like the rubber one. So you don't lose the actual one. Yeah, I know.
I'm not doing that either.
Or some people do like tattoos, like on the ring finger.
Tattoos are cringe.
I would do the tattoo.
Okay, at least you have a solution, because you here are bringing up what some women would consider a problem or a red flag, and without offering a solution, like, you know what, I'm never gonna wear wedding rings, but I'll settle for a tattoo. And you know what, compromise.
But what is it, City Boys? It's not my wife, it's just my turn. Is that what they say?
Yeah, it's just your turn. You're just keeping the oven warm.
A wedding ring. Here's how you want to know honestly how I feel about a wedding ring. If I'm gonna marry you and you want me to get you a ring that's like $8,000, okay, get me an $8,000 motorcycle. You get your ring. I get my bike.
It's going down in the chat, bro. So Chad says, if it's ladies' Q night, do that. Nate hasn't had the. Oh, you know what, Chad? I realize what you're doing now. Because I'm reading the comments, and like it starts off with Q.
Here, bro.
Yeah, it starts off with Q, and it says a thing.
Give me a minute. Cops is just fucking.
Cops real just pulled up. Because it was like, so I was flashing in the background. Hold on, let me.
How do you not have my back? You're all supposed to come out and be like, "Yo, what's going on?"
Well,
y'all about to let me get fried over here?
If you confirm that there were actual police, I asked. I was looking out the door. Hold on, because Chad was leaving questions because he'd start them off with Q, and then I'd see them. That Q is to Nate the abuser. Hold on. Question: if men can do one thing new in 2023, what is that thing? How does it look? So he wants you to act it out.
Like if men can do one thing,
yeah,
correctly, you mean, or what was the word?
If men can do one thing new.
Oh, new.
Yeah.
Oh, like anything?
Yeah,
Whoa.
anything you want.
I mean, this is just, I guess it would go back down to communication, but this isn't more of a man thing. This is more of like a people thing. I wish all of us.
He said men.
Okay,
Men.
but
This is what
answer.
women do.
No,
This is what
Jason.
women do.
Be quiet, please.
They don't know what they want to eat. They
I
don't know
am
what they want to
finishing
say.
my statements.
All right,
The
finish your statement.
answer that I can give for men can also apply to women, though. So that's why I say, like, in general.
No.
What do you mean no? Yes, I say yes.
Okay. Golly.
But you know what? For men, I would say communication.
Communication.
But like I said, this can go for women as well. You know, for just a way for us to like understand each other. Because like, okay, I read a Reddit post, and it was a guy who started it, and he's married for a few years, and he was basically saying that his wife was a very strong communicator. He would consider it nagging. And so for a long time, she would always go home, you know, talk about like her day, and also talk about things that would like kind of bother her, that some things that he would do and that he wanted to fix, like a typical relationship would. But the way that he was talking about it was she was nagging him always. And so one day he kind of got tired of it and said, can we just like stop talking? You know, you're always nagging me, always telling me that there's something wrong with me. I like don't appreciate it. She ended up like stop talking to him in general. Like it would still be like they would still talk about like if they had to talk about the finances of the house, or you know, something family related. If it was like important, they would talk about it. But as part of like, you know, talking about like her day, like she would just like not even mention it at all. And it came to the point where any like if it was anything bad happening in her life, she wouldn't talk about it with him.
Fellas,
and if it was anything good, she wouldn't talk about it either.
Fellas, if your girl is a motor mouth, let her motor her mouth on. Trust me, it's
no.
Oh my God, Jason!
It'll do you a lot better in the long run if you let her run her mouth off to you.
But this Reddit post was shown on. Wait, no, I'm not done talking.
No, because check it. Look, listen. Nobody. Let's forget what Jason said. Nobody wants to hear that what they have to say is annoying, because, and I'm just speaking from personal experience. When I was younger, I used to run my mouth off, you know. And I remember a teacher told me like, "Oh, you have diarrhea of the mouth. You talk too much, yada yada."
Oh my God!
And that really fucked up my communication skills, like for years going on after that point. And now imagine, right? You're with your significant other, this person that you think cares about, you know, things you have to say, right? And they're like, "Bro, you talk too much.
You're
Shut
nagging
the fuck
me.
up."
Oh my
yeah,
God!
Like, could you imagine if that happened now? Now, it's one thing, because I want to try, before Jason answers, I want to try to get an understanding of what he means when he says don't let your girl like talk on if she talks a lot. If she's talking about like, I guess if she's talking about like nothing, right? If her stories go nowhere, then you can guide it to where it gets to its conclusion. No, but what I mean is you can guide it in a way to where it goes somewhere, or you can set the precedent that, hey, look, are we like talking about something important, or do you just want someone to listen, right?
Yeah.
If you just want someone to listen, go for it. Because, you know, the girl that I've been talking to recently, you know, I'm honest. I just let her know, like, yo, you talk a lot. Like, and she knows she talks a lot, but I tell her it's okay, because I think it's great that you feel like you have a lot to say to me. Because I don't talk much at times. So I would prefer for someone to fill in the gaps of silence.
Yeah.
Especially if, like, you know, like, I don't mind just sitting there and listening.
Yeah.
And then chiming in every now and then. You know, there's nothing wrong with being a motor mouth. But take it away, Jason, because there is something wrong with being a motor mouth.
ending the story, like at the end, she had this award ceremony for like her job, you know, her career, and she invited her family, and she didn't tell her husband about it because she thought, okay, he is being like not reasonable and telling me that I nag and just not listening to me and not properly communicating with me. If he doesn't want to listen to the worst side of me, then he doesn't deserve me like at my best.
Which is toxic.
Which is like, you know, and trust me, like from this whole like story that he was basically saying, I understand where she's coming from, and then I can also see like where he was coming from.
Yeah.
Both sides. It just point is like in a relationship, you need proper communication, and to understand, because what's the point of communicating something if you're not going to understand what your partner is saying?
No, yeah, especially and from that story, it just sounds like they're both baby boohoo fucking dummies, dude. Absolute fucking mongoloids.
Because
like,
you shouldn't be super petty. Because I mean, if this is your partner we're talking about.
No, yeah, pettiness is a huge turnoff for me, and I will shut that shit down immediately because I can match that shit, and I'll see who can get more petty. Because me instinctually,
it's not a competition. You got to be the bigger adult, homie.
No. What I mean is,
to a person's nothing.
No, but what I mean by that is, in regards to like some dumb crap, right? And I'll openly say like, hey, look, I don't care about this. I'm only doing this because you're doing this. We can stop it right here, right now, and it won't mean anything to me, right? Because petty, I'm above that. That shit is annoying as fuck to me, and I won't do something because I know that it'll irk someone, because at least me personally, it won't make me feel better as a result of that. It'll just make me feel even
that's
lower.
The difference between me and you. I'll do something. If I know it's going to hurt you, I'm still going to do it. You're not, listen, and to go back to the whole, a girl that talks a lot, right? That's okay to a certain degree. However, if you're going to ramble, it depends what you're rambling about. And personally, I'm not going to give, and this is me, and this is maybe why some call me an asshole. If I feel you just talking out your ass, I'm going to tell you. People tell me all the time, I talk a lot. I talk a lot of shit. Some people like, yo, J-Dog, you be going in. I'm like, all right, cool. It's not, I don't take it as disrespectful, because I look at it as they're just letting me know how they feel about it. So as an adult, I'm like, okay, yeah, I got to chill out. They're not coming at me sideways. Too, I've been in plenty situations, plenty relationships where your partner could keep going on and she's going on and on. I'm okay with that as long as we come down with a solution. Now, if you're going to just fucking go off on a whole rant and not do anything about it, I'm going to tell you need to shut the fuck up. That's going to be the honest opinion that you're going to get out of me. If you're not willing to do anything about what you're complaining about or what you're expressing to me, there's no point to say it, because you're not willing to do anything about it. One of my famous lines I say to coworkers and all my people, there's nothing wrong with complaining as long as you're willing to do something about it. True. It's when you're not willing to do something about it, I don't want to hear what you have to say, because it costs energy to hear that. It costs energy to feel that. And if I know you're not willing to do anything about that, then why the hell am I going to put my time and effort in listening? Especially if you're not willing to make that change. And if that makes me an asshole, I never claimed to be a good one. All right? Yeah. So to say it at that. Two, when it comes to basically, say you have a girl who just happens to be a nerd. I love to learn. But sometimes some people have to be humbled in life, bro. And that's the one thing. That's why we're so fucked up now. You shouldn't be scared to humble somebody. You're not saying, yo, you talk to me, shut the fuck up. Like, you know what, baby, yo, you be going off the Richter sometimes. You should chill out.
It doesn't
mean I don't want to hear what you have to say.
This is my solution.
It's how you translate it.
For this is my solution. Oh, you're actually can you say something, Jason? Your audio got a little muffled there.
Hello?
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. All right. So my solution with that to do that is, whenever I'm in a situation and they're going off too much, I just do this, because like we're usually in the close quarters, and I just like kind of like brush my hand against her face. I was like, I just go and I kiss her for it. I was like, okay, let's just watch this. Okay.
You know what? That's a very loving way of telling somebody to be quiet, or like to tell them to stop talking.
I really like what you're saying, but it's okay. You know what?
I appreciate that, because if I was with somebody with how Jason carries his tone and like talks, I would immediately shut down because of my anxiety. I'd be like, first of all, I don't like anybody talk to me like this. There's better ways of telling me that I talk too much or to be quiet. Like Ben's example, I would be like, you know what, babe? Okay,
let's just watch this. Yeah,
let's watch this. But also, like,
so hold on. You're saying that I'm too blunt for telling.
No, because like logic, literally what you said and what I said is the means to the same ends. It's just the delivery.
But the delivery.
But we're talking about like I'm saying this in like a relationship point of view. As a friend,
Tell him to shut the fuck up.
tell me to shut the fuck up. Like I don't care. But as my partner, somebody that I love, when I love someone, I turn dumb and very like emotional,
So I'm saying,
lovey-dovey.
like,
so I don't like. I'm gonna let my emotions cloud my judgment. I'll be like, why are you telling me to shut up?
yeah,
Oh my
exactly.
God.
Like, how fucked up would it be if your fucking partner told you to shut the fuck up? I'm just saying, right? You can
Next to
tell
my
them
part-
like they
well,
talk
I
too
don't
much.
Happens.
No,
And
but like, come
you know
on,
what?
bro.
This
Come
is-
on.
You gotta be more
the big
sensitive.
difference. This is the real big difference between your generation, my generation.
True.
And real shit, it happens, bro. Here's where this is where you gotta control the emotion. If my partner's like, yo, Jade, you talk too much, yo. Shut the fuck up. It's not to disrespect me. I know this person still loves me. But you also have to understand how your partner receives information.
Right.
Sometimes it can be too much for them. And you have to understand that. It's not that I'm saying it to hurt you or to devalue, but yeah, I'll tell my partner, yo, you talk too much, love. Like, yo, chill out.
Yeah, and knowing,
but
and
again,
knowing,
but again,
You know what I'm saying? Mind you.
no, because I'm agreeing
you,
with you, but
that being
it's
said,
delivery.
yeah, but also depends on your partner
It
as
is
well,
delivery,
because
but at the same time, you know your partner.
Yo, what
best.
the? Hold
You
on,
get what I'm
guys.
saying?
We got
If you know,
hold on. We got a fucking a spam bot in chat. Girls
What?
18 site. Hold
What the
on.
fuck?
bro, no
we,
way.
We got our first spam bot, people.
Our first spam
bot. Woo! First
Yeah,
spam
that's a
bot.
good thing. Pick 'em out.
Get him out of here.
Blocked. You're blocked.
Blocked.
You're blocked.
So,
But yeah, I mean,
all I want to say is, yo, throughout my experience, yo, I can never say I've been the best boyfriend. I can never say that. That title has to be given to me. I can't claim that. Okay. Two, if I was in a relationship with you, Nate, I'm not gonna basically say it. I explain my reasoning. And that's where people forget things. I'm like, yo,
Right.
babe, you're talking too much. Yo, chill the fuck out. I want to hear what you have to say. But yeah, for right now, just calm down. I'm not going to be blunt, like, yo, shut the fuck up. You're annoying. Go away.
no, right. I
That
got you.
is disrespectful.
Yeah.
That is completely wrong. However, it is okay to tell your partner when too much is too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the key to communication, bro. You know how many times, yo, so people tell you know I talk a lot. That's a response I receive.
Yeah.
But that's where you have to have your own security and you have to have your own confidence to be like, okay, I could get that. Now, your partner should never make you feel less. If your partner's making you feel less in the sequence, that's the problem.
Mhm.
But if you're with somebody and you know that you can be excited, you know how many times you can be excited with your boyfriend or your girl, and they have to be like, yo, calm down, calm down, calm down. It's not that they don't want to hear it,
Yeah.
but everybody process things different. And that's why it's critical to have that type of conditioning in your relationship. It's important to be able to say, yo, babe, you're talking too much. Yeah, chill. It's not to make you feel like what you're saying is not important. I'm letting you know how I receive it. And I would hope you do the same for me.
Yeah.
It's not to disrespect. And that's where it's like, yo, get out your feelings and think logically now. If I'm with you, obviously I'm with you for a reason. If I'm listening to you, it's always for a reason. If I'm telling you, yeah, it's too much, it's for a reason. Maybe because I want to get a better idea. Maybe I want to give you my full undivided attention. And if you're going too much, I'm not going to be able to give you that. But the thing is, we're so in touch with our feelings, we're not even thinking rationally. Not trying to bash you. I'm just being 100.
Yeah.
Right. No, I
All
got
right,
you.
So this is how for you guys at home, this is how let me give you some free game. This is how Sir Zaniel deals with women. You got three tips. First
Are they
one.
on OnlyFans? Because if it's on OnlyFans, it don't count.
Jason, shut the fuck up.
I don't, yeah. Mute this Nick. No, let me stop.
Mute him. Louis, mute him right now.
So these are my three tips. First one, gaslight. Gaslight. If you can gaslight a woman and she's falling for it, you're already on the right path. Second tip, humble that bitch.
What?
Humble her.
Humble that bitch. Women love being bullied.
Yes.
Because when you bully them, they feel like they have something to prove, and that'll only make them want you even more. Bully.
Bully them.
Bully them. And thirdly, deny everything. Feign ignorance.
Deny.
If you say you have no idea what's going on and it's not your fault and you're doing nothing, you're already on the right path. Gaslight, humble, deny everything.
You're an
Do not
idiot.
forget that.
I mean that when I say that. You are an idiot.
Oh my god.
That is not what you do.
The reason
Number
why
one,
Logic
you don't
disagrees
ever-
is because he
listen,
does it unintentionally.
Listen, you don't gaslight no woman. Okay? Don't gaslight nobody. That's the wrong thing to do.
Jason, before you go on a,
Because what you
on a
do, you
rant,
cause
Ben is
damage on
just
that.
joking.
Okay? 2, you want to talk about being an asshole to women. All right, then that's like saying just be yourself. Make sure they understand the tone. You set the tone one time, dog. That's all you really have to do. They fuck with it or they don't. But when you're treating them like shit, it's like you're going out your way. Why go out your way to treat somebody like shit? That's some sucker ass shit. Then 3, you want to basically make shit work.
So you guys.
All right, so yeah, let's, as I was saying, gaslight, humble, and deny everything.
Deny.
Ben, you don't pillow talk girls, haven't you? You pillow talk girls. Don't.
Hey, look,
Nah, answer the question. It's a yes or no.
Let me answer the
Do you pillow
question.
talk women?
This is
You pillow talk women?
Let me say this, and then I will answer your question with a yes or no. Sir Daniel Ben is a one-woman kind of guy. All right.
Yeah.
If I'm fucking with one chick, right, or like, you know, if I'm actively having sex with one girl or like seeing her like regularly, then she has all my attention, right? And so to Logic, yes, I am guilty of pillow talking women.
There was nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it. I like women. I'm not gay no more. I love women.
Bro, do you know the damage that comes along with pillow talking?
What?
Yo, dog, pillow talking is like shooting yourself in the foot.
Why?
Hey,
Give me
Tony.
100.
Hi,
You
Tony.
don't tell the chick, hey man, I'm really feeling you. I like
Oh,
you.
no. Hold
That's not
on.
how you feel.
I think we
Then
have
maybe
the
don't say
A
I think,
misconception
the
of what pillow
misconception
talk-
of what pillow talk is. I think that's a misconception of what pillow talk is,
Yeah.
or at least my understanding of pillow talk. Because I thought pillow talk is after you have sex with each other and you're both exhausted, you just talk to each other and you cuddle a bit.
Yeah.
No,
Share
man.
feelings
Like
with
Yeah.
pillow talk is feeling the idea of that there's something there, which is what a lot of men do. That's why the game's fucked up, because a lot of niggas ain't real about shit.
Yeah.
They'll say exactly what the girl wanted to hear. Yeah, I'm feeling you. Yeah, I see a future with you. Do everything to get between the cheeks. And then when shit happens, they go sideways on shit and acting like that shit wasn't sweet.
Yeah.
That's pillow talking. What you're doing is you're just basically, all up in your feelings, which is even more dangerous in my opinion.
Right,
Well,
but nowadays,
after
if you
smash
ask any
and
of
you have those
us,
conversations, things can go wrong very easily.
but if you ask any of us in our
After you
generation,
don't have sex, she's already into you. She's already vibing with you. You were just inside of her. Better watch those words carefully.
but
man.
Jason, if you
Because
ask
women
any
are
of us,
crazy,
we're
and
gonna
I'm
give you the
moving.
same answer.
Yeah, come on. I
Because
mean,
that's what we think about what pillow talk is. Like,
not like, because like there are some dog ass niggas, and I admit I got the dog in me, but I'm not on the level of dog ass niggery.
Oh,
Did you just call it a word?
what?
I'm so sorry,
Guys, you
viewers.
just- Oh my God.
I meant to say niggacy.
Yo, it's
Dog
not even a
ass
word. Don't even
niggacy.
say it.
Where they will fill a girl's they will fill a girl's head with dreams, and then when, like what you said, when things start to get serious to that degree, you're like, bro, I don't know what you thought this was, but we was just fucking.
Bro,
like, no, but like,
listen to what you just said.
what?
You just said
What?
that what you consider pillow talk is when you're just having a casual
Yeah,
conversation.
a
after
post
having
fuck
sex.
conversation. Yeah.
That is dangerous.
Why?
What do
Why?
you mean?
You know what's Oh, bro.
So
Hold on. Let me just get this out. Let me explain. And the reason I say that because I've seen it happen to so many men. You listen. you had just been inside of this lady. What you say is like being in court. It will be used against you.
Are you
Be
the type of
very
guy to say I love you
careful.
during sex?
No.
Okay. Like, okay.
No.
'Cause I know
Have you
some
ever
guys
said
are
it
like so
before?
into it.
No. Wait, Nate. Ben, answer right now. Yes or no. Have you ever, at the point of your life, told a woman, I love you after or during sex and not meant it? And don't bullshit me, dog.
Only one time ever.
And right, there you go.
Only
dog.
one
You're
time ever, and I
toxic.
learned my lesson
Lewis
for that.
says me
Only,
too.
yeah, Lewis says me too. Yeah. Only one time ever, and I took
How do you do that? How?
I'll tell you why.
Look,
I'll tell you
bro.
why. No, I will tell you why.
Bro.
Because some guys, not all guys,
Yeah.
I want to be very clear about it, but some guys get so into the sex that to the point where they're like, wow, I love this sex so much. I love it. I love you. And you know what? I saw this tweet from a guy that said, like he paraphrasing, he understood like his own toxicity, that he was having sex with this girl and like that to the point where he almost said I love you during sex.
No,
Like
yeah.
this is something that like
No,
just
yeah.
happens to
and
people.
like granted, like
No, but
granted, this was
girls could do the same thing.
no, yeah. Granted, like the circumstance for when I said, oh my god, it's so cringe, but I'm gonna say it. So I had known this girl for a while already, and then when she expressed how she felt about me, you know, I was like, in the back of my mind, I was like, hey, look, you know, I think this is a bad idea, and I expressed it to her, like, I think it's a bad idea if we started hooking up or like seeing each other or whatever. And you know, she expressed how sad she was about it. She actually did start crying. She was crying about it, and you know, and then that, you know, and you know, it was my fault because I guess that kicked in my my Captain Save-A-Ho senses. And
I love that.
you know, Captain Save-A-Ho, and I fell for it, and you know, and then you know, I began to think back about it. And
You
I was
didn't
like,
fall for it. You knew exactly.
no,
what it was,
but here's the thing.
Excuses,
Here's the thing. Because I convinced myself, I was like, hey, look, this girl's my friend. I already vibe with her like that. So what you know, what hurt could it be if we just added sex to it, right? And also free pussy, right? That's what I was thinking at the time. I was like, yeah, she's cool or whatever, and also free pussy. And so I remember maybe the first or second time that we had sex with each other. I remember I said to her, oh my gosh. I said, would it be weird if I said I love you? And then,
what?
and she said, no, it wouldn't. And then we exchanged I love yous, and we just kept fucking. And that turned into the most toxic relationship I ever experienced in my entire life.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and remember, this is the same girl. Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. I'm stupid. I took that L. Wow. This is the same girl. Bro, listen. That was the first time that has ever happened to me. And this was also the same girl. The last you already know it's the last time, nigga. You already know.
No, it's not.
The dog. But what I'm saying is,
what dog? You're a Chihuahua.
Chihuahuas are also dangerous. Yes, Chihuahuas are also fierce. So here's the thing. And also, this was the same girl that fucked my best friend at the time, and then hid it from me.
Is this a story you told?
This is a story that I told for Halloween. Yeah, it was that girl. It was that girl.
You still haven't healed. That's
wow.
thing. Like,
I mean, it literally happened last year.
I'm saying this.
Or 2 years ago. 2 years ago?
Place of love.
A year and a half ago.
Okay, I'm gonna say this out of a place of love, and I don't care how many women take this the wrong way, but this is something I gotta say, man to man, brother to brother. When you deal with a woman, you better have a secure plan. This is not a notebook. This shit ain't a movie. This is the time you're investing. Don't say shit if you don't mean it. Emotions run high. Just like, yo, I could lay with a chick, and I don't care how bad she is. If she's like, I love you, I'm out. I will not talk to you.
No, bro, because look, you're not wrong. It depends on the person and the time frame, right? If you just started hooking up,
it doesn't.
Yes,
it doesn't depend on the time frame or nothing.
Yes,
it really doesn't.
Yes, it does.
I'm sorry, it doesn't, because what it, in my opinion, what it comes down to is the vibe. Both yo, this is the thing, bro. Like,
so you don't think you don't think
a lot of dudes,
but listen,
but
check this out. Hold on.
It's like I feel like your generation goes for girls, or her generation goes for guys that they can, not that they want. And when you go for shit that you can, dog, it's already a L. Go for what you want. Because when you go for what you can, then you get involved, and then you open the thought to the idea of like, where can this go now? Even though it wasn't originally a set on your mind, because you already crossed that barrier, now you're more open-minded to shit. But you knew you weren't there to begin with. That's why I say go for the woman that you want, not the woman that you can. Because that's how you mess yourself up. You end up lying to yourself. It's better to be alone with your hand than deal with a chick that you know damn well on any regular day you want to be dealing with. Because then what ends up happening is you mess with that chick, you sleep with that chick, and now you feel some type of way because you feel bad about the situation. Because you knew damn well you didn't want it in the first place, but you convinced yourself that you did. And now you feel like a huge asshole because you weren't being honest about it. You weren't being real about it. And if that's the case, then dude, all you got to do is blame yourself. Be a woman, be a man. Go for what you want, not what you can. Bump all that bullshit. That's the difference between my generation and yours. And you can't tell me I'm wrong on that.
So I'll tell you this much. You're not wrong on going for what you want versus what you can. But here is the main issue with that. When you hold on to the mentality that you'll only go for what you want, then you cut yourself off to a lot of what can be. And what I mean when I say that is, so the modern woman, what the modern woman wants, right? And I'm speaking on the generalization. I'm not speaking for any individual person. What the modern woman wants, and they'll tell you this all the time: 6 foot, making 100K, over 100K a year. They already got their life together, all that shit, right? The modern woman wants that, but in reality, what they can get is the fucking 5'8" to 5'10" dude that's making 60K a year, and he might be like balding or whatever.
Wait, but
right?
I have a okay, because I don't know if I actually shared this with you guys in the group chat, but there was an explanation to this where they were saying that women, the modern women, they want an unrealistic version of men. But if you think about it, like in the US alone, you can find a man who is over 6 feet tall, who makes, let's put it down a notch, 80 to 100K a year. And the other qualifications that you were saying, you can find that. But some men, in this video that they were saying that some men want women who, like, for example, like a good housewife does all the housely duties, could also, if we're talking about modern here, can also like work for herself, make her own money, to be like a mom, and like the list goes, like, I forgot what he was saying, but the list goes on. And if you think about it, in this list, okay, not a lot of women fit these categories. I know I'm missing a few things. I know I'm paraphrasing and I can't find like the exact words that he said, but it did make sense.
So back to what I'm going is, because in regards to getting what you can, right? That was my mistake with my ex. Fucking shit on me, and that was my own fault because I did feel bad, but not because I was sleeping with her, but because she expressed how much she liked me and how much it sucked that, and I just fell hook, line, and sinker for her, and I got fucking shit on. All right, I got shit on, and I took that shit to the chin, and it is what it is. But what I'm saying is, if you hold on to the mentality to get what you want, you'll only end up, there's a very good chance that you'll end up throwing away possibilities that you view as not viable because this isn't the person that you would quote unquote want. And
you'll never know.
Yeah, right. And what I mean by that is, like, because everyone has their type, right? And so a little some time ago, a long time ago, maybe like 2.5 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I was messing with a chick, and she was my type, like literally like what I would describe as my type. And so this was someone that I wanted. I went after her. She was feeling me, and we were fucking with each other or whatever. But I realized that, like, yo, I want a girl like this, but we're not compatible. She's a fucking nightmare. I don't want to deal with this, right? So what I mean by that, because like the stories go all the time. So we ended up like losing contact or whatever because she said some crazy shit to me, and I was like, "Hey, yo, you cannot be in my life anymore." So because the cautionary tales always go that you think you want something, and when you finally get it, it wasn't what you needed, right? So I see what you're saying in regards to like getting pussy that's available versus getting pussy that you no. Listen. I'm saying pussy, but what I really mean is getting with someone that is just like easy for you to get or like available or whatever, or getting someone that you actually want to put the work in.
Yeah,
and
someone you don't have to work for versus someone you do have to
that you do have to work for, someone that you actually see going the distance with, right? And I think that if you don't go deeper into that idea, or like you specify what that necessarily means, then you hold on to the mentality of like, oh yeah, this girl, like she's nice, or what, she's nice, she's cute, like we're essentially a great fit, but like, damn, bro, she isn't really what I want, dog. Like, because like when I think about the girl that I want, I think about someone with like this personality, this body type, this, that, and the third. And if you hold on to that, you're always going to be missing out. There's a chance that you could always, you're doing a disservice to yourself.
I disagree. I get what you're saying, but in generalization, right? When I say go for the woman you want, not the woman that you can, what I'm saying to that degree is, as a man, I work for what I want. I put in the effort for what I want. I understand I have to build the life that I want. So I go for that. But at the same time, I'm not a nickel out here looking for a dime. And I said it plenty of times, just because you could afford to buy a Ferrari doesn't mean you're meant to drive the Ferrari. And that's the problem with a lot of modern men. They don't get that concept. But for niggas who will take on a shorty because it's easy, what you end up doing, you end up contaminating the pool, because nothing good comes from that, because you know damn well you're not willing to take that serious. That's why I say go for what you want, not what you can. But also you got to have balance and mess with the chick that likes you, not the one that doesn't even know you exist. It's balance. So I'm not saying to go out
Jay, you know that what you're saying agrees with what I'm saying,
and
right?
Be on some shit where it's like, oh, yo, you got to go for that chick because that's what you want. Yeah. What you want may not be for you, but you got to have that integrity and balance as a man to understand that. But still, nonetheless, you got to go for what makes you satisfied. The moment you basically substitute what would satisfy you, you only lead yourself up to disappointment, because what sits on the back of your mind as a man is what if. You don't want to do that. That's all I'm saying.
No, but here's what I have to say to that. No, because the thing is, Jay, literally what you said falls directly in line with what I'm saying. Literally what you said falls like, don't fuck, it's gone. But like you know, like don't hold on to the mentality that, because like again, you could get what you want, but it's not what is for you, right? So
Agreed.
By trying and by
risking. Right. And so in regards to like the what ifs or whatever, like there's always gonna be a what if, bro. You can be with a chick that's like really that she no, but this is what I mean when I say that. You could be with a chick that you're really for, right? I'm talking on the men's side. For women, I know it's different, so I'm not going to speak on women. I'm going to speak in general. If Nate wants to chime in for that, she can. I'm going to speak on generality for men. There's always going to be, you're going to be with your girl, and you guys are good for each other, and there's always going to be another girl that on the surface level seems like they're a better fit, right? But and then you have to think back on what it is that you built with the person that you're already there with, right? And so that's where it's dangerous, because if you allow yourself to get lost in that what if, then you'll essentially just commit like emotional suicide in your relationship, and it'll fall apart shortly after. Then, right?
I have a question for you
Bert
guys.
Said it best. In order to get what you want in life, you need to be at the level that you will attract what you want. Yeah. And I strongly agree.
Yeah. And you were saying
that's why I said you can't be a nickel out here looking for a dime, homie.
Yeah. So I have a question for you guys. Because there was a story time that I saw on TikTok where this girl, she was dating this guy many years ago, and they were hitting it off, but something happened where they weren't together anymore, and he started dating somebody else. He ended up getting married to her, and after a few years he contacted her and he was like, damn, like you were the one who got away, like I should have married you. And she was confused, because like, oh, like you had me, why didn't you like do something about it. And so he was like, oh, like I wasn't ready. And I guess that falls into the conversation where a lot of men like they're not ready, but when they are, they're not with the person, like even like if they used to
Yeah.
have them, they're not with them anymore. And then I guess they settle for, oh, you know, she's great and I do care about her, love her, so I'll marry her.
So I think the issue with that is, I mean, there definitely are the ones that got away, but the only thing with that is the only reason they got away because they weren't meant for you. Because when you eventually get to the point to where you are where you want to be and you think back on that relationship, like there was no way that it was going to happen between you guys, right? Because it was always meant for you to see this person, and then like essentially it lets you know
they were there for a season,
like
not
literally
for a lifetime.
they were there.
Right,
They
right.
were there to show you your potential. So then when you finally met that potential, you meet the person that was right for you at that potential. If that makes sense. Did I explain it correctly? Yeah.
No, I get you.
Because like there are plenty of stories where like
it sucks.
no, it does. It honestly
Like it
does.
sucks.
But
It really does suck because I feel like if I would have shed light, I feel like that was my most current situation of everything right now. Here's where I got, you know, you always understand it takes two to tangle, right? And some people are there for a lifetime. Some people are there for a season. However, you have to not try. You can't beat yourself up in that sense, bro, because a lot of us men, what ends up happening, I can't speak for the woman, I'm not a woman myself, but a lot of us men, what kills us is, again, and I say it 1,000 times, it's not the work and effort that we put in that hurts us the most. It's what we were willing to do in that relationship that hurts us the most, what we were willing to do. And you have to get to a point in life where, just like I say, women have a biological clock, men have a financial clock. And that financial clock hits harder for a man than it does for a woman. And I think the fact that, especially with modern women not understanding that factor, you know what I'm saying? Right now, and I'm not saying this to boost myself, with the amount of investments I have and savings I have, I'm technically at a point in life where I'm doing a lot better than most. And I still got a long way to go. A long way to go. And it hurts because the person that you want to be there with you is not. And that's something that we have to make peace with. And that's a journey all in itself. But the smart thing to do is to humble yourself and thank the time that you had with that person in order to move forward. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then another thing that I think what happens with modern women is the way society has conformed. You guys have such a strong selection. And what y'all don't realize, y'all all going for the same class of men. And then the men who don't fit in that class, you know what ends up happening to us? But we shut down. But we learn to adapt.
Yeah. And I'll say to that.
Women engage men based to their survival, which is why they choose these 1%ers, which is why they want to be with the ballers. But it's always the real one who are willing to grind with you, willing to struggle with you. That's what the men want. And it's crazy because that's even what the 1%ers want.
Yeah, they want a woman.
You know what I'm saying?
Like they literally, they want a woman that if they take them under their fucking wing, that they're gonna be working for them, either setting up their appointments, taking care of like accounting and shit like that.
Yeah.
And this is what I have to say to the kinds of ladies, the ladies that want to get with like, you know, the 1%ers, you know, and the issue with that, and you'll see it like all over, like, you know, dating and like red pill manosphere, that kind of like stuff, that kind of stuff. You'll always see it. And you'll always, whenever they interview these women, right? Because this is the truth. If you get a man at the top like that, he has all the options. He has all the power, right? And the lower levels, women have all the power. But when you get to that status, men have those men have the power. So what you have to come to terms with, literally, what you have to come to terms with is that you are going to have to share that man. And now, is the thing is there are also plenty of 1%ers that are loyal to their girls, right? They have their chicks and their, because usually the fact usually is that chick was with them at the bottom and they fucking rose up to the top, and now that was her. She was willing to go to the distance. Exactly. She was willing to go to distance. She got there. What unfortunately for modern women, what they don't understand, unfortunately, is that if you want a man who already made it to the finish line, you have to be willing to share him with other people. And there are plenty of.
But I disagree with that, because if that was the case, then broke niggas cheat and lie, and so do rich niggas cheat and lie.
No, but here's the thing.
It comes down to character.
No, but
it doesn't matter.
This is what I mean by that, though.
What you have acquired. What it's just who you are as a person.
No, but listen. What I mean by that is broke niggas lie and cheat. Rich niggas lie and cheat, but rich niggas are allowed to get away with lying and cheating because of what they can offer to the person that they're with or the people that they're seeing.
Unfortunately,
if
it's condoned.
No, it is condoned with rich people, because like you could be rich as fuck, multimillionaire, fucking you go to Aruba and you fucking fuck this chick, you got your chick waiting at home, she's bitching at you or whatever. You're just like, all right, bro, get the fuck out, because I can just call up a supermodel and she'll be right where you're lying. So you either comply or you hit the road, right? A broke nigga can't do that, and that's what's fucked up, and that's what like some women just don't understand is gonna happen if they really are doing that. And then what these rich niggas understand for themselves is like, bro, they want to get with me, they're willing to put up with whatever. So I'm gonna fucking have this chick, and I'm gonna let her know that I got these other chicks too. So if you don't get in line, you're gonna be out, and another chick is gonna fill in your spot. And there are.
I just want to say, I'm sorry to cut you off. I just want to say this to the women that are watching this: value what you got, because after you turn 26. 27, that's when you start seeing that wall you're about to hit. Don't think for 1 second that you're not replaceable. Don't think. We're all replaceable at some point. And I stress this on the women, because all the time we hear it now. Where are all the good men at? As men, we are very territorial, and we watch y'all. That's why your past is such a big deal to us, because it's a representation of key. If you're out here going out with these ballers, as men, we know what it takes to be around them. We know what type of shit you got to do to get with these type of individuals. And women, whether you like to acknowledge it or admit it, you are competition to each other. Women expire. Men do not. And I don't care who gets offended by that. You guys as women expire. You know how you expire? Well, let's be real. As you get older, you're less likely to have kids. As you get older, your features start to change. Your breasts start to sag. Your ass starts to sag. There's only so much cosmetic surgery you can do to keep up.
Right, but you
you
shouldn't exclude yourself from this either, Jason. Jason, but men also, their balls sag, they get wrinkles.
No, but the thing with that is like, and I hear
but the biological clock, I understand so what he's saying about that.
The thing with that is because, like Jason was saying, everyone's replaceable. Everybody is replaceable. Your spot is not
men or women.
Men or women. The thing is, the way that it is, and I'm not saying this because I believe this. I'm not saying this because I'm just saying this because it's just what it is. Yeah, a man's attractiveness increases the more resources he has. Right, that's just how it is. Yeah, and that comes with age, right? And with a woman, she reaches her peak attractiveness because what do men consider to be the most attractive? Femininity, beauty and youth, that kind of stuff, right? A younger woman is more likely to get a man than an older woman. I don't believe this because there are plenty of bad MILFs out there that could snatch up these dudes like it's nothing, right? But those are those don't come often. They're diamonds in the rough, you know?
Well, even on top of that, they're repair cases. You have to, here's the thing, when you get with a chick, here's the thing, you get with a young chick, you have to train them. And whether you think I'm being misogynistic, when I say train them, educate them, put them on game, teach them things that they don't know. You get with an older chick, guess what? I got to repair you from the damages and experiences that you went through throughout your years.
Yeah, but this applies to men
If
too.
I'm already
It does.
established, if I'm already set up, if I'm already have money put away, and I'm basically well set in, why on God's green earth would I choose a woman that needs to be repaired versus a woman who's young, fresh, and ready to be submissive to my needs?
Why would you choose a
Then,
partner?
Huh?
Because this applies to both sides. Because there have been plenty of cases where women have to teach men how to love them, how to do
Yeah.
certain things emotionally or
Agreed.
physically.
No, you're absolutely
Agreed,
right,
but
and that's
you're
what
talking
you
about
should
a
do.
percentage of
But
men who don't give a shit.
this is yeah.
That's the thing that you women don't understand. Those 1% men that y'all want, they don't give a flying fuck. That's what y'all have mistaken. You think they care. Half the time, these niggas get caught having an affair and they brush it off. They don't care. You see it in celebrity news. You see it all the time. They don't care.
That's it. So honestly, what I have to say to that, what I have to say to that is like, because like I'm saying, like, ladies, we're not trying to shit on you. Like, we're not trying to shit on the ladies.
No,
we're trying to put you onto game. We have to understand is if you want these kind of guys that make this kind of money, that live this kind of life, they don't care what you got going on. They're not gonna sit there and be therapists for you, bro. And it's easier to deal with a chick that is, I'm sorry, deal with a woman that's more willing to listen than, unfortunately, because, and you know, Nat, tell me if I'm wrong. The older women get, and you see this, they know what they want, right? They know exactly what they want. Their list has already been created. Yeah. And they're like, look, and they're like, look, if you don't fit this, we're out. I remember seeing a video, a lady was like, look, I'm at the age now to where I'm not dating for fun, I'm dating to get married. Like, you're marrying me, right? And it's like, okay, there are plenty of men that would be willing to deal with that, right? But is that going to be a man that you respect, right? Is that going to be a man that you can guarantee is always going to have you, like, you know, like safe and secure, that you can trust, that's going to keep you secure in your life and the lifestyle that you want to live, you know? Because, like, again, these rich dudes, they don't care. They want the baddie, because think of it like this. There are, how many millionaires are created versus how many beautiful young women are created, right? There isn't enough to go around.
1,700 millionaires are created every day. And out of 1,700 millionaires around the world, that's 1,700 millionaires created every day in the world. 90% of them, 93, 94% of them go back to their average life living. Women are born with their worth. We have to create ours as men.
And again, I'm not saying that to objectify women. That's just the world that we live in, you know, because there are plenty of people. There are plenty of people in this world who go against that, you know, mentality, and they live their life against it, right? And they are the example that's like, oh yeah, no, I don't think like that, and that's a good thing, right? But there aren't enough people doing that to where it makes a difference. And so, it, generally speaking, if you want to go after these high value guys, you're gonna have to deal with some shit, because they're definitely not gonna deal with yours. Yeah. You know, and that's the way it is. But then also,
let me break it down like this. I just turned 36. The only women who are giving me attention are all going to be under 26. Those are the women giving me attention now. The women, however, that are in my age bracket, either they have kids, and mind you, I am not against women who have kids. I'm not. Because it takes a real man to step up. However, the damage is there. Think about, put it like this. If you guys were, say, you get in a relationship with someone new right now, the first thing you're going to be thinking about is your ex, because that is who you're replacing. That, you cannot deny that. So if you think for 1 second, I'm going to date a woman within my age limit, in my age bracket, who possibly has kids, who's possibly been damaged, that is a lot of work to put in for something I cannot even get out. And when I say get out, where does my value come in? Because at that point, I'm nothing but a checkbook to you.
So, like,
whether you like it or not.
So let me do
I'm
this.
Nothing but a checkbook. And hold on, let me just say this. I'm nothing but a checkbook. Then getting with a woman within my age bracket, preferably, I would like to deal with a woman my age because I could relate. I could basically adapt and I could basically be more well-rounded.
Right.
But the reality is your recklessness of how you lived your life is what brought you here. And I refuse to be any woman's come up. And that's why it's so crazy, because what ends up happening is you get these women who mess with these 1%ers, got dogged out. Now they realize they want to go for the man that's good for them, but the man that's good for them peeps game, and he's like, I am not a second option. Because just like you didn't want to be the second option, you wanted to be top tier, men have the same mentality. And if you can't acknowledge it, that makes you a hypocrite.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say.
So what after everything that we just said, Nat, what do you think about that?
Honestly, my whole motto is to each their own. I personally, that's like not my type. I don't go after 1%ers. I don't have that mentality. But I do understand that there are women out there that do want that lifestyle. Jason did speak some truth to that whole statement, and I know Jason can come off a little strong with what he says and like his facial expressions. I know he means well, and he did,
love you, Nate.
I only say this because like sometimes when he speaks, like I'll get like a little triggered, but I have to like listen to his whole message to see like to understand him.
Because this isn't coming from malice. This is actually coming somewhere like I care. Like, because the thing is, I know it's hard to believe because I'd be saying shit. I talk my shit on the 1424 podcast. We talk our shit, and you know what it is. But
no eggshells, baby.
No eggshells, baby. But the problem is what's gonna happen in the next 5 to 10 years is that you're gonna see plenty of women, and this is gonna be unfortunate. Plenty of women who passed up on perfectly good men because they were average. And when they find themselves at the end of the road, they're gonna find themselves with nobody, because they were, and it's not their fault either. It's because they were fed the idea that they could have it all. They were fed the idea that it's okay to be, a boss babe, demanding, get your career and your money.
And social media heightened it.
Exactly, and because of social media, now you can be an average woman and get flown out to Dubai, get flown out to Peru, get flown out to Ibiza, go to fucking Tahiti, right? And because of that, I remember seeing a video, like once you do that one time, once that happens one time to some women, that becomes their norm, right? Like that becomes their standard. And if you can't fucking reach that impossible standard, then you don't fit the bill, and you're out of here, right?
And if I may say this, before women want to say that we're hating on them, the women who are in this factor, just keep in mind, as real men, we earn the women we want in our lives. And why we find it hard to respect you is because you literally sold yourself. I don't want someone that could be purchased. And that's coming from a real one. And I speak for a lot of men in that
because
sense.
And here's the thing, and this is what's scary. This is what's been going on recently. You'll hear more about this. These individuals called passport bros, right? These guys that they fly out to different countries to find women, to find wives overseas, right? And then you'll see women get online, and then they'll go like, oh yeah, these guys are incels, these guys are losers, they can't get with women in America, so they got to go overseas. And it's like you, and this is what blows my mind whenever I see these videos of like these people shitting on the guys leaving the country to go find wives. It's like, bro, if you want women in America to find a stable relationship, to find a man, to find someone they could lock down and live a happy life with, why are you shitting on them? And on top of that, why are you trying to force them to get with the women? If again, to each their own, as Nat said, but you can't force people to take you as you are if you're not willing to meet their needs as well, right? And what I mean by that is, yeah, like Bert says, everyone has a price, and it's sad.
Yep.
But and so what I mean by that is like you'll have these women, and again, I'm just saying there are some women out there, because there are plenty of other women that they're looking for the right man, and they're willing to do what they have to lock him down. But the women that get popularized are the ones that tell you that you can have it all, but they don't show you that behind the
Yeah,
scenes that their lives are empty. And it's the same thing.
yep.
And let me not only go to women, it's the same thing for these men that are like talking about like bagging all these chicks and this, that, and the third. Their lives are empty. You know, like you have.
Look at Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate has 10 kids. That tells me you're incompatible, bro. That tells me you're incompatible.
That's crazy.
And that's not even me throwing shades. That's just me stating facts. If you're a man out here having these many kids with these many women, why aren't you compatible?
Yeah.
That's not, yo. And it's crazy that we wave off the fact from that. And one thing I want to get out, and again, this is coming from a place of love, especially to the female viewers out there.
Yeah, after this, we're going to
I want you to understand something. I want you to understand something. When you cutting yourself up and you're doing all these surgeries, you are literally devaluing yourself. Accept it. Be at peace with yourself. Because like I say 1,000 times, if she has to go under the knife, chances are she's not going to make a good wife. And I mean that shit. I think we got to get back. Just like if you want a relationship to work, homie, you got to disconnect from the social media world.
Right.
Yeah.
Too many distractions. Too much bullshit going on. And I don't want people to take it as this is a one-sided flip coin, because there's a lot of men out here, and especially when it comes to these 1%ers, real men earn in this life. They don't buy. Don't get, and this is for the men watching this, this show. Don't get fucked up by these so-called 1%ers and these rich ballers, these new, fresh, and fit type people who buy women. That's a soulless thing. If you think they're happy, look at what they complain about. They complain about what they choose to deal with. It'd be different to complain about something that you're not in control of.
Right. I understand what you're saying, Jason. And honestly, thank you so much for sharing, because, I know you have a lot to say.
Any final thoughts before we close this out?
Well, I said what needed to be said. I definitely, agree with some of the statements that Jason was saying.
So
yeah.
So what advice would you give to men and women in regards to setting realistic expectations for dating and getting married?
I know what it feels like to be caught in a rush, the adrenaline, and you get stuck in this high, this love for this person you think may be for you, but they aren't. There are definitely people that are going to come in your life that are only going to teach you lessons, and you just have to be self-aware of that. Don't set out unrealistic expectations for yourself as you're in the scene of like the dating scene, your love life. Just take it one day at a time. Stay true to yourself. Always be honest. Never lie to yourself. If you just lie to yourself, you're doing yourself a disservice. And never lie to your partner, because the truth always comes to light sooner or later, and that's just going to cause more problems in the future. But yeah, anything, Ben, you want to say?
Yeah, I would just say that always try to make the best of a bad situation, but always try to avoid a bad situation. You got to keep your eyes open, and you got to recognize when things are going downhill and when you have to put your foot down in order to get yourself out of that rut.
Yeah.
Another thing I would say is don't be afraid to be locked down. Don't be afraid of the idea of settling down with someone. When I say settling, I don't mean like getting what you can, because that's a bad idea in regards to that. But don't be afraid of, being committed.
Yeah.
Because it'll do you a lot better in the long run.
Yeah, we grow up on this idea of sooner or later we're gonna get married and be with our lifelong partner. Some of our grandparents are prime examples of that. And we're, strolling through adulthood, and we're going through partner and partner, and that's okay if you're having, like a phase, if you just want to dating, you're not taking anything serious. But there is gonna come a time when you're with your partner and you're gonna think, wow, like, this is it. This is my lifelong partner. Like, there's always so much talk on, oh, we're eventually going to get married. Oh, this is what weddings are supposed to look like. Oh, our grandparents are prime examples. But we're living in the now.
Yeah.
Your partner now could be the one for you for, or you know what, or your best friend if you want to be lifelong partners, platonically, like realize that now is your future.
Yeah, and do not. There's always gonna be a what if. Do
Yeah.
not let that bog you down. Again, if you get with someone, man or woman, there's always gonna be someone that seems like they're a better fit for you, but that's not always, that's not always the case. You're gonna end up ruining a really good thing in pursuit of that.
Yeah.
Because like, I remember seeing this one story about this lady, how she left her marriage of like 14 years of 2 kids because she did like a psychic reading or whatever, and
Bruh.
it said that this guy that she met was her twin flame or whatever.
Oh, but twin flames are toxically just, I don't even know the word for it.
So yeah, so you can,
Bro.
you could really seriously ruin your life. There's another story of a lady, throwing away her entire marriage because like she went on vacation and she slept with some guy who she thought was like her soulmate, and then he was just like, "Nah, bro, you're crazy."
Yeah.
And so, anyways,
yeah. On that note,
yeah, don't be afraid to get locked down. But people always say like true love or love will find you, and love has found a lot of people plenty of times, but you have to be also willing to take it.
accept it. Yeah.
You have to be also willing to accept it.
But yeah, and on that note,
don't be scared of it.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for listening
and tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that bell icon for notifications. Also, you'll find us on Instagram and TikTok under the same name, that at 1424 podcast.
Yeah.
I have been Sir Zaniel. That's been Nate. That's Logic, your gearhead. You got Lewis on the ones and zeros. And this has been one thing for sure, two things for certain, baby. So yeah, there's definitely a bit of lag.
Yeah, there is.
All right, you guys, thank you for tuning in, and catch up the cut ups later on.
Yes.
Bye.